Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Okay, it appears like my guides have sorted out this new computer. They said that they've got it, and apparently they do. So if you hear a gruff voice, that is Maister himself. If you hear a softly spoken male, that is Narine, and if you hear the bubblegum popping female voice, that is Surushin. So thank you for joining me, just for the senses, entertainment only. Absolutely feral day outside at the moment. We're looking at anything up to 200 millimetres of rain over the next 48 hours, and wind gusts up to 125 kilometres an hour. So I'm glad I'm not flying anywhere, and it's a good day to stay home. So please, if you're out in it, stay safe and take care on the roads. Okay, what do I want to have a look at? Oh, and just quickly, it's just me and the fur baby's home. Daughter is home, but she's right up the other end of the hallway with her bedroom door shut, recording a video for her channel that maybe one day she'll let me share. But okay, what do I want to have a look at? First of all, I posted a live video between Susan Lynn and Dr. Victoria Skirbo in my post section. I listened to that really late last night, hopped into bed, put the headphones in, and listened away to it. Even if you just listen to the first 10 minutes, really good discussion about what is happening at the moment, where we are going, and what we can anticipate and why it's happening. So really fascinating. So to go to my post section, just click on maighstirtarot under any video. It'll take you to the main page and you'll see posts there. One important point that they brought up was the fact that with the bastard budget bill, the BBB, most of what is included in the bill, I do have a little bit of, just my skin having a whatever, it's that time of year. Most of what's in the bill won't take effect for another 2 to 3 years, so just be aware of that. The idea is absolute bastard of a bill, but they set it up to make it look like it's the Democrats that have instigated the elements of the bill itself. However, that being said, I gather around the White House there are barricades going up at the moment, and my feels is that the bill will pass, and they're anticipating a backlash, anticipating rallies. Now, I'm not going to call them protests or riots because they are incredibly peaceful, but I do suspect that they are anticipating backlash on the 4th of July in regards to this bill passing. What I found really interesting during listening to that live, and yes, I'm going to have to listen to it again because it was about 11:30 at night, finished about 12:30 listening to it. I kept falling asleep and waking up again. Interestingly enough, I woke up again in the wee hours of the morning and went, oh, what time it is? Fumble, look at my phone, and it was exactly 5:55, which tells me 5 is an angel number. Google angel numbers if you need to. 5, and in the tarot, 5s are the numbers of challenges and obstacles that we overcome to lift our vibration and move into the next stage of the path that we are on. It's also about opportunities because, to be honest, challenges and obstacles are always opportunities. But what I found really interesting about the video that I listened to between Susan Lynn and Dr. Vicky Skirbo, is that they were talking about that the United States in its current form, with the Declaration of Independence, or whichever it was, 4th of July. 4th of July is considered the birth date of the United States. It's a Cancer sign, a water sign. And I suddenly had this epiphany at 12:30 in the morning that the King of Cups is the people. the people of the United States, because at the moment, well, I'm just going to say it's the people that will bring about the change. Absolutely, the people. So I'm going to do a reading on that. Let's have a look. Using the Lightseers Tarot, beautiful, beautiful deck, I'm going to have a look. Tell me, I had this, like, to the point where I actually texted myself that particular message. The United States, the King of Cups is the people, and worldwide, the King of Cups is the united people, is what I'm getting. So tell me about the energy of this King of Cups. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Show me. What do we need to know about this? Is the King of Cups, right? They've given me that card. This, the people of the United States. Come on down, let's have a look. Don't you love my new autofocus computer? Do have the overhead lights on. If they prove too much with this shadowing, I will turn them off, but let's see how we go. I'm going to do an energies reading here, which is a slightly different layout to what I normally do, but I'll talk you through it as I go along. So the signifier here is the Page of Cups, Page of Swords. What a great card is the signifier. So I'm asking about the energy of the King. Is the King of Cups the people of the United States? So what we've got here is we've got this page. Pages are messengers. Pages bring about new beginnings that will be built upon. And this Page of Swords, it's tightrope walking across this sword here that's laid across this chasm that is threatening to suck or to, if they fall off, or get sucked into this chasm of darkness. So it is very much a tightrope of truth. I've had a number of people email me about shackled bodies off the coast of California, etc. I'm just going to say the shackled bodies were off the coast of Spain a month ago. So I don't know where that story is coming from about people being shackled off California and tossed out planes, etc. We need to be very careful that we walk this tightrope of truth and don't get caught up in conspiracy theories or speculation, because it is a narrow path. However, this page is just about to step off onto firm ground on the other side. We've gone from this side to this side. Now, listen to that. It's a live video, but it's recorded. It was a live recording. Absolutely fascinating about how the United States, with its solar returns and its Pluto returns, planetary returns, its astrology. Dr. Vicky explains it really succinctly about these returns that the US is having to face its past and walk across onto this new ground, acknowledge its past, reveal its past, expose its past, so that it can move forward. And that's what's happening at the moment. So this Page of Swords, tightrope walking across this sword of truth. It has here in its hand a book that is often about legalities, about potentially constitution, learning, higher learning, and we've got all the ideas. What's holding this page aloft as it tightrope walks is the ideology of all that can be great about the United States. Really, really telling card. The two birds here, social media potentially. Are these social media supporting the ideology, or is it simply the two factions on social media? Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, the challenge is the Seven of Swords. The lies, the deceit, the betrayal, the untruths, but we've got here the Moon card. Sorry, not the Moon card, is it the moon or is it the sun poking its way through the clouds? Exposing the lies, shining a light on the untruths that have been carried around for so long, exposing the betrayals and the deceit and what has been stolen. This is the challenge that the United States is going through. Now I'm going to do energies behind the scenes over here. Look at this white screen. Wow, isn't this amazing? Because to me, this is way off to the side. The edge of the computer is yeah, okay, loving this new computer. Okay, the energies behind the scenes, the Two of Pentacles. It is about a choice that needs to be made about values, ideology, the path forward, the direction forward. What is in the future is not going to be what is the same in the past. But this is the energies behind the scenes. A choice that will need to be made about what can be versus what was. So, okay, let's put that card there. The second energies behind the scenes is the sitting in the energy of the higher vibration, sitting in this energy of light, sitting in this energy of love and peace and being peaceful with it, having the light come from within. This is about the God light, and if I say God, I'm talking about every religion in the world has commonality about the deity. But the fighting is about the human interpretation of such, whether it be Christian or Muslim or Islam or Buddhism or whatever religion. The interpretation of the God deity is the same in all religions. So this fighting, it's like Protestants fighting Catholics. They both believe in the same God and the same teachings of God and the naming of everything, except that the fighting was about the interpretation of such. So this is about staying in your energy, in your power of higher vibration, despite any attacks that come your way, any messaging that tries to drag you back down. This is about staying in the knowing of the path forward, choosing this energy over this lower vibration, what was energy. We know that we will be on the right side of history when the dust settles. It's so important that we stay in that energy. Okay, however, that being said, doesn't mean you do nothing. Knight of Swords, this is very much an action card. Taking action, seeing the truth, getting on your bike. It does not mean that you anguish over what is happening on the other side of the country. It means that you take action within your own sphere of influence. Now, this may be simply ringing your representatives. This may be helping organise a rally. This may be simply being the beacon of light in your community, doing volunteer work. This may simply be finding joy in creating sculpture out of anything from wool to wire to rusty bits of farm machinery. This may simply be volunteering at the school to help kids with their reading. This might simply be, if you have a beautiful, beautiful dog, volunteering for you and your dog to go into retirement homes to bring joy to residents who haven't been able to take their own pets in. It might be creating a beautiful garden, or sharing the crops of your labour, or volunteering down at a community garden, or whatever it is. This is about taking action where you can. If you can't go to a rally, can you make a sign for somebody that is going? Can you donate $2, $5? Can you, if you're going to a rally, is there somebody that you can perhaps pay the bus fare for somebody else to go with you? This is about taking action, but within your own sphere of influence. This is a harsh truth. This is basically taking the truth and moving forward with it. So this comes out of deciding what energies that you are, looking to the future, what integrity you are wanting to move forward with, and then moving forward with it. Okay, coming out of this Seven of Wands, we have the Five of Wands as well. This is about messaging. Seven of Wands, holding your ground, holding your peace, holding your place, holding your light as others try to tear you down. As I said, I woke at 555. Look up the angel number of 5, but also in tarot, the 5 also means can mean challenges, conflicts, obstacles. Again, there you will find that there will be people or messages that come out that will try and tear you back down. It's what they're trying to do is they feel confronted by you being in this energy. So they will try and pull you back down to their level. It's very much the crabs in the bucket. Instead of working together to escape from the bucket, and the bucket only needs to have a shallow wall on it, crabs will actually pull crabs that are escaping back down into the bucket. And this is what is happening. This is the messaging of undermining the higher vibration that you are reaching for. So just be aware of it. It is a challenge. It is an obstacle that will need to be overcome. So this is the energy that's coming out of this holding your peace, holding your space, holding your light. When they find that their messaging doesn't pop your bubble, they will potentially, this might be keyboard warriors on social media or whomever, they will try a more direct approach. Just stay above it. Stay above it. Okay, the karma hanging over at the Five of Swords. 2 5s straight out, back to back here. The Five of Swords. This is about look after your mental health first and foremost. But this is also very much about the, how do I put this? The traditional reading, this is the abuse of power, the betrayal, the distrust. But this is, the karma over this is about very much changing your inner talk, stepping into this higher vibration energy. We all have an internal monologue within us, and it becomes a habitual monologue. It's like a record that gets stuck in a groove. This is very much about recognizing that internal, potentially negative monologue that we tell ourselves. You're not worthy, you're not good enough, who do you think you are, you don't deserve, blah, 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 blah. That keeps us in this distraught frame of mind. Excuse me, a little bit of a cold there. That keeps us in this lower vibration. We need to recognize that self-talk, and we need to acknowledge it. Often it comes from childhood wounding, whether it be from within the family or externally. I still remember a friend of my parents telling me that I had knees like Frank Spencer. And if you don't know who Frank Spencer is, look him up. Um, he was a character in a comedy series. I still remember that moment. I was probably about 7 years old, which means I don't show my knees to anybody. I don't have the nicest legs, but I still remember that moment. Now, I could hang on to that internal dialogue, or I can acknowledge it and let it go and change what I tell myself. So this is very much about uh, creating a new dialogue for yourself internally. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am good enough. I have. I can. It's very much this energy of whether you tell yourself you can or you can't, you are correct. I can do something or I can't do something. So why not change it to I can and then work out how you can. I know a particular person that their family is in a different part of the country that wants to move, but they keep telling themselves they can't. Yet they go out because of financial reasons, yet financially they can. They just have to work out how. I can see from the outside that they can, but because they've immersed themselves in this can't energy, they can't see the path forward. So this is very much about how they can achieve what they want to achieve. So this is very much about changing the internal monologue that you tell yourself so that you can step into this light energy. I hope I've explained that enough because this is really important. This is part of choosing what path you want for the unknown. That is amazing versus the known that will keep you held back. Taking the leap of faith and getting on your bike and moving forward. This is an action card. And it comes out of changing that internal monologue. And I do notice I've got a bit of a light shadow there, light brightness. Let's see how we go. Because the other energy, the other karmic energy over this being the King of Cups, the people, the Three of Wands. This is very much about a plan coming to fruition, but also looking out at the horizon, not necessarily knowing what is over that horizon. This is about the messaging to look outwards, to look forwards, to instead of going within and getting caught up in this downward spiral of within. This is about looking out, potentially at how other countries do or what you can do for your community. Wands are very much about messaging. They're about passion. They're about plans. This is about bringing forward plans to look forward to the future. So, what's going to come out of this? Okay, well, not surprised to see this dude. Very seductive. Again, this sort of almost bookends this card here and these cards here, the devil energy. When we go through life, we reach these crossroads or these divergence points. I'm going to call them divergence points, and we have a choice to go this way or this way, this way or this way, this way or this way. This devil energy is the energy that says to us, possibly internally, but also possibly from externally, is very seductive. Come this way. Come this way, stick with the same old, don't rock the boat, don't change anything. It'll be okay. This is the devil, you know. It's familiar, etc., etc. It is a very seductive path to go down, where as you reach this divergence point, because the other path to go down is the unknown, the future that we don't know what it's going to be. And it's scary. I'm not going to put out any falsehoods there. What is unknown can be scary, but fear is very much about unbased fear. Fear is an unbased. Fear is what is it? False expectations appearing real. Okay, FEAR, false expectations appearing real. And this guy, absolutely incredibly seductive, saying, don't rock the boat, don't rise to the challenges, don't look beyond the horizon, don't step off this sword, stay over on this side, because we don't know what this side holds. So just be aware, this fear of expectations, of the unknown. He's very seductive, but that path that he offers leads to nothing but despair. It is literally same old, not learning the lessons, not stepping forward, not progressing. The other path is the path that is unknown, and it looks difficult. And it's the path where we can see challenges and obstacles and things that we need to step up to. It's a path that takes us to the higher vibration, but it's the path we are meant to be on. So just be aware of this seductive devil, because the other path, I love this as being the next card, the other path is the path of the unknown. But the universe has got your back. It is the path that you are meant to be on. Love that this is the next card. I thought it might have been the Hermit card, because that's very similar to stepping forward. But this is even more powerful than the Hermit. So the energies that we are in as being the King of Cups is we have a choice between these two paths. And it is, are you going to get on your bike, or are you going to get drawn back down into this energy? I love this reading. It's all about community. Community is the way forward, a coming together that will bring this and this to an end. Now, we may not agree with everybody in the community, but if we hold the light, if we don't delve into politics in discussions, but we become the example of love, of peace, of the bright light at the end of the dark tunnel, we will attract this energy for those that are trying to find a way out. And the last card, Nine of Wands. Draw, build yourself boundaries that will not be crossed. There are some things that simply will not be crossed for you to protect yourself. This is about protecting yourself. But then light the passion of your messaging. Again, this is about being a beacon for others, and then taking action, knowing that you have strength at your back. The King of Wands, be the inspirational. Take action that is inspirational. Knowing, oops, that's Bindi chasing balls on the beach. Knowing that you have compassionate strength at your back. Because we are in this tower moment. This is about deciding for you what is really important going forward. This is about holding on to the nuts and bolts of what is really important and letting go of the rest. Let it go, and you will find it will be transformative. Now, the Tower's not a card to be scared of. The Tower is simply about the tearing down, the destruction, the top blowing off. All that is not important. Let it go. Decide at a fundamental level what you want to hold on to, and let go of all that is not serving you. And then we move forward, rebuilding. The rebuilding. What we've got here is that's still Bindi chasing a ball on the beach. On the bottom, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. So nines are we had the 9 of Wands, we've got the 9 of Pentacles. Nines are the moment before the 10. So we've got the 10 of Pentacles here about community, but this is the here and now energy. First of all, with your messaging and your planning and your inspiration, you do need to do some protections just for your own sake as you step into this community energy. But the here and now, the 9 of Pentacles, this is very much about the feminine energy. Don't have to be female. Feminine energy choosing the option that they are intuitively drawn to with this white raven of peace and love. And it is not what we are currently doing. It is not what seems easiest, and it is not necessarily the one that is the loudest. This is about the opportunities and direction forward. This is also about the integrity and just basically the fundamentals of what is important to us. Choosing, helping others, and the World card, the ending of an era. And that's why things feel so different at the moment, because we are at the ending of an era. And those that are trying to keep us in this past are becoming more desperate to hold us into that energy. We need to acknowledge it, but not let us affect us. Trust that the universe has got our back as we move forward. So absolutely, this is very much about moving forward into this new beginning. Us readers have been saying for a while it's going to get worse before it gets better, because those that are trying to hold us in this past, not allowing you to vote if you take your partner's surname. Now, the taking of the surname is left over from the era of masculine possession. I'm just going to put that out there for a bit of a thought. I didn't take my husband's surname. I know it's getting a revival, but just be aware. Might be time to revert to your maiden name and be who you were born to be. I'm not judging either way. That's absolutely totally personal choice. But yeah, the energies at the moment is going through new cycle. Now, one of my lovely viewers emailed me about what's happening in New York at the moment, that New York is just an absolute mess. Not all of it, New York City. But there are issues. There are issues that have come from past eras of corruption. And they were talking with me about how Mombani is providing solutions that he may not be able to provide, given the issues of what's happened over the last however many cycles of mayors within New York City. Well, I do wonder if we need a fire. 1666, Great Fire of London. Now, I'm not saying an actual fire, but this is a big, the going back with a little bit of history. 1666, the Great Fire of London. London was locked in this plague when the fire started. It was plague era. Oh, absolutely horrific. What happened is that apparently a fire started in a little bakery and then spread, and before you knew it, practically all of London was burnt to the ground. What happened is it killed off the rats, and it was the fleas on the rats that were causing the plague. Now, London rebuilt into the city it is today. So it's not like that when it was burnt to the ground, London didn't exist anymore. It was a cleansing fire that raced through London. Now, I'm not saying literally burn things to the ground, but this is a tower moment that we're going through. And if you look at the numerology, 1666 was a 10-year. This year, currently, the US is in a 9-year. In fact, the whole world is in a 9-year. Next year, 2026, is a 10-year, a year of everything being razed to the ground and rebuilt. Now, I know next year feels a long time away. However, we are 1st of July. Last 6 months, next 6 months. So I'm not saying the world needs to be literally burnt to the ground, but we are entering an era of great change, where we can decide which way we go forward. And as I poker, shuffle and split the deck, ending of an era. Pigs can fly. This is about integrity. This is about love. Dream big, because pigs can fly. Okay, I'm going to leave that there because we're up to 40 minutes already, nearly. So love to you all. I just found that was really fascinating. So whenever the King of Cups comes out again, I'm going to read that as the collective, you, the people. Love to you all. Take care. Catch you shortly.